boat friends, Duluth, Minnesota. Take a look in the background. That is Marine 19. That is a firefighting vessel that is operated by the Duluth Fire Department, and there's only one like it on the western Great Lakes. Take a look at that water cannon up top. We're gonna go shoot that off in the water. There's 4 captains, 2 firefighters that are gonna be with us during this journey. I can't wait to show you this. We're about to go on board and get this rolling. Make sure that you set your resolution to 4K if your device will allow. Buckle up, get your life vest on, let's get rocking. And here's a look at the excellent firefighters that we will be out there with today. I'll introduce you to each one of them as we make it through the video. So I just talked to the crew, and they are going over some pre-departure checklist items, talking about the what-ifs, if we're out there on the water, what they're gonna do if certain things happen. Also, there's a crew member that needs to get some hours behind the wheel, so there's gonna be some training. Also, there's gonna be some operational type of things that we're gonna do out there. Take a look at this. We have 2 300 horsepower Mercury engines, and there's definitely some giddy up when you hit the throttle with these. Let me introduce you to Captain Kevin Haney. This guy is the real deal. He's been with the City of Duluth Fire Department for 27 years. He's a great person, a great leader, which you will see in this video, and he's in command of this boat as we go out. We are just about to drop this boat in the water, and I really want you to enjoy this rare opportunity, but most importantly, to see what it's like and what it takes to operate a Great Lakes fireboat.
So we're also doing some deckhand training.
Yep.
So on everybody's crew, you're going to have 2 pilots out here, and then the other 2 will be what you call your deckhands. And
Sure.
So we try to train everybody ultimately in the end because we work in different spots. So if you don't have a deckhand that's been down here before, then not only are you responsible for the boat, but you're also responsible for telling them what they need to be doing to help you out. So Ray right now is going to be the back deckhand. He's the one responsible for lowering the cradle with the remote. We have a line that's taped on the side of the thing here. We lower it till that's in the water. If he wasn't comfortable, he would say, I am not comfortable, and this boat wouldn't go out. It is not great in big waves. We did a rescue. I was driving and on the boat for 8+ foot waves, and it likes to take the waves over the bow instead of riding over them. But they are totally self-draining, rear and front, and this cab is sealed. And then just do the 2 lower locks. Don't bother with the upper ones because we're going to open and close all day long here.
Well, here's some details to help you get familiarized with this beautiful vessel. Marine 19 is 32 feet long, 10.5 feet wide, and it was built at Lake Assault Boats in Superior, Wisconsin, commissioned on May 29, 2019. And when we started this video, you got to see those 2 300 horsepower engines that are on the back. It also can get up to about 45 miles per hour out on the water here. Does have foam capability, navigation and tech information, GPS assisted joystick piloting, night vision and thermal cameras, sonar and radar. And this is really interesting and something that is all about respect. The name Marine 19 is to honor the 19 Duluth firefighters who died in the line of duty since 1870.
Standard operating procedures say that for the lake side, not in the bay or the river, but the lake, if there's a small craft advisory or 6-foot waves, bigger than 6-foot waves, we're not to operate this boat in it. We have other means of getting out to people out there. We have a jet ski. We have another Zodiac boat or an airfield boat. It's same ones that the Navy SEALs use, that we can run in bigger waves that can handle that. This boat is not designed for that.
As we head out to conduct this mission, I want to show you exactly where we are at with this map on the screen. You can see right there with the blue arrow, that's the Duluth Aerial Lift Bridge. And just down from Bayfront Festival Park, we are over here at Pier B, and Marine 19, where we just came out of, is right over in that vicinity.
But at some point, he's going to take it up on plane. When he does that, he's going to let everybody back here know so that we don't all wind up in the back here. And when he takes it off a plane, he's going to let us know so we don't all wind up in the front. And those 2 deckhands, so both Max and Ray, on a normal call, they would come in as soon as they know the boat is safe and we're not going to hit the wall. They're going to come in and shut the door like they did, put away their dock sticks, and then they're getting into suits because they're going to be they're the swimmers. So now they're struggling themselves into these full suits, these dry suits, and the boat is moving. So those pilots really got to be cognizant of that so that we don't wind up hurting our firefighters by either knocking them off the bench or something like that.
Beautiful day, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 24 degrees Celsius. We do have some wind, 15 miles per hour out of the northwest, but a beautiful day to be with the Duluth Fire Department, to get out in the water, to check out these professionals and to see what they're doing.
These are really, really comfortable life jackets. So they'll inflate by a CO2 canister that's in here. They have a gauge, a pressure switch on them. So these ones are designed to go off automatically when they hit the water. I don't remember the PSI difference. It's like 4 or 5 PSI, and they will inflate. They won't do it if somebody splashes you or throws a bucket of water on you. It blows up, pretty big, and it's all yellow. So they're very visible. That way, if you're in the water, obviously, it makes it easier for people to find you.
You can see the aerial lift bridge there in the distance.
There's a delta pad, a bin in the back that holds hundreds of gallons, I can't remember even how much water, that our pump draws out of. That way, it's not drawing from the back of the boat where the props from the motors are aerating it. That causes cavitations in our pumps. So we have a pad in there that holds the water that we pump from. Well, that makes a flat spot on the back of this boat. So this boat, when turning real hard in smooth water, can skid. Right? So it can drift like a car would drift. It's an odd feeling in a boat, really odd feeling. But we want to know what it feels like when that happens so that if it happens on an emergency, nobody's surprised by it. We won't do that today because we have to turn pretty hard and you have to hold on real tight.
All right.
But it is the only boat I've been in my life that'll skid.
They're going to give a throttle.
So it's 600 horsepower in the back. Twin Merc 300 Verados. That produces a ton of power, and it's a heavy boat, so we try not to punch it like a water ski boat, just because it can slip on the prop part of it. But this boat will do upwards of 46, 47 miles an hour with 5 people in it in smooth water. It can move quite well. Red right return. So right now we are returning, but it's all right because we're in the anchorage. Yeah. So those white buoys, the whitish yellow, they're small over on shore. Those are the anchorage. We can be all the way in there. It's dug out for ships in case we have storms or other boats. But once we get further over, by SOP, we can't run out of the channel on plane. And if you're in the river and you go out of the channel, even off a plane, you're going to put it on the beach right away. 2 feet out of the channel, you will be in 1 to 2 foot of water. There, but we can. And then it's going to change to leaving.
Making a hard turn to the left or to the port side.
So we'll go over that part then too right now. He's already got that blower on. Anytime we start a motor underneath the hatches, you have to use the blower, get any flammable gases out of there. Every time we use this thing to pump, make sure you park the nozzle. Even if you didn't move it, get in the habit of parking the nozzle. What it does is it gives it the function and lets it run so that we're keeping it the way it should be. But if you did move it, we need it to be in the right spot, or this gull door, when it comes up, will hit it.
You can see we're shooting water out right now from up top, from that water cannon. Captain here is controlling it with almost a joystick, as you can see. How far out will that shoot? All that water, how far can you go with that?
It's going to depend on a lot of factors, on how hard you're pumping it, what the wind is like, because we're blowing into the wind, so it starts to affect the stream as you go. He's running it at about 1900 RPM right now. It can run up to 4500 RPM, but it is extremely loud because this is a giant 365 horse V8 motor that's pushing this pump. Position forward, backwards. So the pump is pushing us backwards, the wind is pushing us backwards, so he has to keep a little bit of pressure forward to stay on it. You can do it by using the sticks like he's using right now, the throttles. You can use the joysticks, which I want you to do a little bit of just so you get used to that again. But remember, the joystick only gives you around 17% of the power. So you're not able to, if you're pumping hard or the wind is hard, it's not going to keep you where you want to be. So on this particular buoy that we're at right now, we're actually working outside of the channel. We're all right here, you know, because we're going to run somewhere around that 8 to 10 feet. If you run, there's a couple other green buoys that you're in the anchorage at. You can run those ones and not worry about it. But we're plenty fine here.
Good. You can see we're out here in the bay.
Then when we bring this thing down, too, guys, bring it down to rest and let it just idle for a few minutes. It's working hard. It's hot down there. It's better to give it a little chance to cool down before we turn it off. You can start rolling if you want it to roll up to about 14 miles an hour. It'll hold that prime. You kind of have to set the thing up so that it's falling out of one of your hands as you're going up. I'll leave that up to you on how you want to do that. The handle on this side here, on these lights, this is a handle, but down here is not. So just grab onto the thicker part, and then you have a handle going all the way up. But if you remember that, that's great. If you don't, when you get off, you're going to realize that one of you has to step over the other person's rope. Be a little closer to the lift than dead center, because it's going to be blowing you towards the barge. If we have a south wind, you want to be closer to the barge. It's going to blow you towards the lift. If you have an east wind, it's easy. West wind wants to put you in there faster. You just have to come in a little slower. That's perfect.
Out here on deck as we are docking, going into the lift. So check this out. I wanted to go up top to show you that water cannon. I mean, this thing is a beast. Take a look at that. There's some communication equipment up top as well. I asked Captain Haney, how long will it take once there's an emergency call for you to respond and get on that boat?
Sure, there's some variables in that, but if we're in service at headquarters, because that's the closest station, if we have those guys in service at the time, they'll be down here on this boat and out in the water in well under 5 minutes. And they were doing some timing on it not that long ago, and it was from the station down here in 3 minutes on the water.
That's amazing. I have so much respect, and I know you do too, for the people in emergency services around the world that are there to help people. And if you enjoyed your time on Marine 19 today, please hit the like button on the way out. It'll allow the people that love ships to find this channel and also subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Be part of the Boat Friends community. We'll go on adventures like this moving forward. As always, thank you so much for watching another video. Stay safe. I will see you soon.